So they keep mentioning like no longer being stuck in the dark, no longer doubting your intuition, and no longer putting yourself in situations where you're dealing with a lot of uncertainty. You're coming into this month in your relationship sector where you are a lot more, I want to say like assertive and very, very concise about your expectations when it comes to dealing with other people. You're going to be very clear. You know, I don't like it when you do that. And I like it when you do that. So do more of that. You're going to be very, very verbal and very clear when you're dealing with other people. And you're going to give them, you know, a piece of your mind if you feel any transgression. So it's almost like no more Mr. Nice Guy or Mrs. Nice Girl. So I feel like you're gonna exercise tough love for this month when it comes to your relationship sector, and you know, kind of like demanding that the other person prove their intentions before you even entertain the thought of dating them. Okay, for singles. So it looks really good, actually, Aquarius. So like no more BS is pretty much what it's saying. Like you're not stuck in the dark anymore. You don't have any self-esteem issues anymore. And so you're not settling for less. Okay? Okay. So let me just talk about this. Let me talk about the past. We have here the Two of Wands and we have the High Priestess. Some of you are in this long distance type of a relationship. And the long distance relationship, basically, it's indicative of, you know, geographical distance where two people live apart. They come together, meet up occasionally, and then they drift apart again. So I feel like it's a long distance relationship where you really care about the other person and they likewise really care about you. I feel like for this month, the truth might come out about this relationship. Okay, so some truth is being revealed in this relationship, and especially if it's a long distance relationship. You're getting tired of maintaining the distance. It's starting to dawn on you that, you know, like this, I'm putting my life on hold, and the other person is also putting their life on hold so that we can sustain this relationship. And I know that you really care about the other person, and they really care about you too. But it's starting to become a little bit difficult. And I also feel like, you know, you're looking at this globe here and you're wondering, what is the alternative? What is my life going to look like? Am I ready to scrap this relationship so that we both can free ourselves? Or can one of us relocate to where the other person is so that we can start a relationship together? So those of you in long distance relationship, I feel like massive reshuffling or restructuring in your home environment in order to accommodate the other person. So I feel like some of you are going to move to where they are to be with them. You might have talked about this briefly in the past, but I feel like this is the month in which you are going to finalize some decisions here. Okay. So, long distance relationship people, I feel like things are looking good and you both are coming together. Which brings us here to the present moment. We have the Nine of Coins and the Queen of Swords. And let me talk about singles because this just screamed out singles. The Nine of Coins, this is a situation where we are overcoming hardships, okay? Sailing over all the difficult patches in our lives, rejecting people that are not living up to their snuff, who make promises that they can't keep. And especially if they, it's almost like you're no longer dating because you want to fill the time and the void. You want to find high quality people. So you have turned down a lot of, I want to say like insignificant suitors because in your eyes, they don't make the cut. And so this is the epitome of, you know, a single man or a single lady. So like the Bachelor or the Bachelorette card. And I feel like you're focused on your long-term goals. You're focused on your professional life. You're focused on your financial situation, and you're not really putting your feelers out there when it comes to dating. And I also feel a lot of you have dealt with this person. This is an air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. And they mention, and it's really weird, I never get this message with this card, but if you look really carefully, she's kind of like two-faced. And so I'm feeling like you were dealing with this person who talked out of this, the other side of their mouth. They say something they don't mean. They might have been very, very deceitful or manipulative or kind of like duplicitous. And I feel like they, there's this sense about, them wanting to be with you because you're so independent, that they felt it was like a conquest, like a conquest in order to be with you, in order to make you fall in love with them. So I feel like the feeling was not sincere from their end. Okay. They have some work they need to work, to do. And I feel like a lot of you have sailed away from this person. You're no longer keeping in contact. You're no longer talking to them. And, you might have really cared about this person, but I feel that they really hurt you. So I'm feeling some of you are still dealing with that and you're moving away from it, which is good. Okay. It's gradually moving into the past. And what you're thinking about right now, we have here the 5 of coins. And this is the card, when I shuffled it out, that's when they say no longer being in the dark. Okay. No longer lacking options, no longer dealing with, insecurities or low self-esteem. So if you were with somebody who did not, treat you well, and especially who might have been very deceitful, it left you thinking like, why did they break up with me? Why did they do that to me? Was I not enough? And I feel like it really, really did a number on your self-esteem. And moving into the month of August, your self-esteem is getting a huge, huge boost. So we have here the Wheel of Fortune, which means things kind of like moving along for the better. You're rising from, this space of darkness and despair and feeling financial lack and feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough. You're moving away from this, and you're being kind of like your vibration, your energy is rising to this. Okay. So Aquarius, this is a big, big, especially for singles, this is a big, big self-esteem boosting month. And I honestly don't feel like it has anything to do with other people. It's not like there, you have a lot of suitors and then you start to feel really good about yourself. I feel like a lot of you have done a lot of work on yourself. There might have been a new job that, it brought about fortune. It brought about validation. So then you feel really good. But these are things that you did. These are things that are coming through to confirm to you how worthy you are. And so that you can, come out of this pit of despair after that breakup with another person. And you felt like you weren't enough for them. So you're coming into your own. You're getting a big, big self-esteem boost, and you're going to feel really good this month. Okay. So the foundation here is something that you know to be true. We have here the 6 of Cups, and this is a soulmate type of a connection. This is a card about, being with somebody who really, really appreciates us, who really, really loves us. And, they make like, really kind gestures in order to show their appreciation. So I feel like some of you are getting a lot of communication here with the Knight of Swords. You have somebody that is coming in. They're very, very spirited. They're very, I want to say like, they're very, flamboyant about their displays of affection. And I feel like they can be a little bit more on the mushy end. Even though it shows up here as an air sign, I feel like for some of you, this is an energy of a person coming through. They're very clear about how they communicate. And if they need to get mushy and gushy, they're going to do that to show you how much you mean to them. And I want you as well to be a little bit careful, because the 6 of Cups is a blast from the past. So some of you might be hearing from an air sign from your past, an Aquarius, a Gemini, and a Libra. And if this is a person that have hurt you in the past, you want to be careful about not, getting entangled in that. Okay. But I do see some reconciliation. I do see an apology coming through here with the 6 of Cups, because the 6 of Cups is a very childlike energy. It can be where, people open up and they come in without any malice. It could just be an apology, a proper apology. that allows you to understand, you know, so that you can let go of resentment, so that you can let go of things from the past, and so that you can move on and, you know, feel good that you have left that person behind. Reconciliation is not about getting back together. It's not about, you know, rekindling the relationship. I feel like some of you are owed an apology and you're going to give the other person an apology. And likewise, I feel like if you have done something wrong, I feel like some of you are going to be inspired to, you know, apologize to another person. Okay. So it's going to flow both ways, but I feel like energy, dense, you know, residual dense energy is clearing up because things are looking a lot better and brighter for you guys. Coming into the future position, we have here the Three of Coins. And the Three of Coins is you and another person building a relationship, communication flowing really well. You are coming together in order to create something of value with another person. So I feel for coupled people, especially long distance people, and especially it's linked up here with the Seven of Cups. If you are dating, I feel like you have some solid options in the picture for you. And the person that you're dating, they want to take the relationship to the next level. So I have here an air sign. So this is brand new air sign, okay? Not anybody from the past, because you need to let that go. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, sun, moon, or rising. And I have very strong water energy, water signs. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They're saying here to cherish the relationship, take things very, very slowly. If you're not prepared to rush into another relationship, just, you know, give it some time, okay? Don't rush, because I feel like you've just overcome an ordeal, but you're trying to build things. You're trying to make things better. Long distance relationship people, I feel like it's looking really good for you. And I also feel single people that have been through the ringer, you're going to start dating again. And you have somebody that really, they're very sincere. They want to commit. Okay.